2016 Honda CRF125F small wheel. I always wanted a little pit bike. I always thought it was kind of fun to ride around the yard. And here's a couple things I really do like about it. I mean, look how awesome this bike looks. It even has the motocross styling and integrated into it a little bit. I mean, it just looks awesome. God, we have not had any trouble. The bike did have some periods of time where it sat for, and this is the carbureted version. I mean, you can check out this little motor right here. I mean, it looks fantastic for what they did. It is a tad cold-natured, so usually we have to run the choke for a good 30 seconds to a minute. It's super easy. This is one of the easier clutches to actually learn. It's extremely hard to stall out. It's got a nice low-end torque on it. The mid-range isn't the most powerful, but it's nice and linear, as you would expect from a little 125 like this. It does kind of fizzle out around the top end RPMs, but it definitely has some great low-end torque, especially if you like short shifting. Let's go ahead and start it up and we'll see how it sounds. There is a key for the ignition here and the electric start button over here. It's a nice quiet bike. Check out how it sounds. Awesome for trail riding. I mean, a few things I really don't like about it is the fact that there's not much ground clearance really. I mean, I know it's for smaller riders, but we also don't like how curved the seat is. I mean, it's not great on the motocross track, but it does plant you well for riding in the trails. Gas tank's also pretty small as well, so you really don't want to go too far. It gets you about a day of riding. But if you plan on going for multiple days in a weekend, you definitely want to bring extra gasoline. Do you think that the Honda kept its value well? Is this a plus side to it? Now, it's not because we disliked it. We just felt it was time for her to move on to something a little bit different. She thoroughly enjoyed riding it around first and second gear, just around the yard, but she had a little bit of difficulty trying to get up into the higher speeds. The maneuverability was great on it for she just didn't feel as comfortable riding the clutch, especially during if you went into any of the ruts or the trails. If there was ever an incline, it just wasn't as easy for her to learn. I think most people, you really have to want to learn and enjoy it, but this is an awesome training bike if you do want to learn how to use the clutch. So after nearly 4 years of ownership, I'm selling this for $2,000. But how much money did we lose? We paid $33.29 out the door. And just remember, it's not what you're riding. It's about enjoying what you're riding.